as the visitors with the whites, and we are underway. The Huskies winning the tip. Here's Grabovskaya, stripped to the ball, nice play there, reading that one. Shailene Steele comes away with it.
Penn State started in a man-to-man, got a steal on that first possession, so a good start for them defensively.
Murray trying to get it to Merkel down low. Nice weak side help on the lob from Avery Howell.
It's a Penn State team that really has two looks. One when Merkel's on the floor and when she's on the bench. Two very different teams in what they're trying to accomplish.
Murray checked by Sellers, and now to McMiller. Shot clock. She puts it up, and her three ball off the mark. She's shooting at a 27% clip from deep on the season. Sellers works it into the lane. Howell spots up, drains it from deep.
We were commenting during shoot-around today and to start this ball game just how well Howell is shooting the basketball.
Howell's stroke is a thing of beauty to watch. For those that love to watch a rotation come off a shooter's fingertips, Howell is absolutely somebody you should watch if you're a young shooter.
And the foul there. Reaching over the top, Xavier Sellers.
Sellers with her first foul, coming with just 1:10 off the clock. Tina Langley leaving her on the floor. Murray off the screen, gets checked by Hannah Steins, the long length, reaching out to send that one out of bounds.
You better not guard the line. You have got to guard Murray, because she is, we talk about dynamic three-point shooters, she's another one.
Mariah Murray, number 3 in white, in that baseline corner spot. Oh, wide open on the out of bounds, but checked by Grabovskaya, but it ends up in the hands of Merkel, and she does not miss. 74.9% field goal shooting this season.
No, in conference play, she's close to 80%, and that's a word we never say.
Sellers gets the soft roll, and it goes in, and the Huskies take the 5-2 lead. Steele triggering the offense, checked by Steins. Right in front of Washington's bench, here's McMiller, pops open at the nail with her left hand off the window.
Very crafty, I mean, takes up no space. The quickness of that release with the left, tough to defend.
Penn State can light it up. They average more points per game than Washington. Defensively is where these two have differed. Washington, one of the better defensive teams in the Big Ten. Penn State giving up 82 a game. El Ladine trying to go high off the window. Grabovskaya from her fanny kicks it out to Steins, who challenges Merkel, and then on the O-board, it's Ladine.
I know you like that challenge by Steins, just really an aggressive move. She misses it, but you like the aggressiveness.
She had 11 points and really got into the paint against Minnesota. Down low in the restricted area, last touch by Merkel. She mentioned that she's been seeing double and triple teams on every possession. There is Tina Langley in her 5th season as Washington's head coach, 75-64, with Washington taking the Dogs to their NCAA tournament last year, the first since 2017 in the Kelsey Plum era. And this recruiting class for Tina Langley, the first one that she brought here to Montlake, and boy, they have really changed the culture.
They really have.
Ladine getting 2 feet into the paint, trying to dish it, but it's deflected, and the Huskies will have it out of bounds.
And it's so important with that first recruiting class that it establishes the culture so that everybody that comes in behind that, whether it's a recruit, a freshman, a transfer, understands what being a part of this program is all about.
Steins takes the Grabovskaya screen, now to Howell. Good pressure. Howell doesn't realize that ball still in bounds. It touches the sideline though, and so Washington will have it. No change of possession, so 9 seconds will be on the shot clock for the Huskies. Carolyn Keeger in her 7th season as Penn State head coach took over, and it increased the win totals for 5 straight seasons. Took them to the Final Four of the WBIT 2 seasons ago, and just trying to find a way to get Penn State their first Big Ten win of the season. They have dropped 8 in a row, and the turnover coming due to McFadden's pressure. Kicks it off the bench. That's Taya Clayant. And after a couple of strikes at the hoop, it's the Huskies with the board and the push. Howell all the way to the rim. Nice finish for the sophomore guard. Quick answer all the way in. It's Maggie Mendelson, the two-sport star for Penn State. She beat everybody down the floor, but couldn't hit the layup. Ladine, quick trigger three, bounces out. Grabowskaia grabs the board though.
Washington wants to play fast, and they're doing a great job of it early, but boy, getting into passing lanes, these Lady Lions doing a great job of creating some havoc.
McMiller had the swipe, and it ends up to be a layup on the other end. The pressure turning into a couple of buckets now for the Lady Lions.
I like the mindset of the Lady Lions. They are getting after the guards, really getting out into some passing lanes.
Avery Howell getting denied the basketball, but the whistle blows. Too much contact on Clayant. So Tina Langley will go to her bench for the first time. The McDonald's All-American Bryn McGoy onto the floor now for the Huskies. Number 21 in black.
Pretty excited about what her future looks like. I mean, how she's going to look in March, but how she's going to look next year and the year after that.
She is on the floor along with fellow freshman Sienna Harvey, number 35 for the Huskies.
Harvey shot the ball really well today as well.
Howell being checked by McMiller. Inside to McGoy. Steins, 5 on the shot clock, has to make something happen. McGoy has it, lets it go, and nothing but net. That is her sweet spot.
Boy, she can hit the three as well. Really, the talent from the high post, you extend that all the way out, and then inside the footwork.
Quick burst right to the choke post area, but won't drop, and El Ladine grabs the rebound. She averages 5 boards a game from that guard spot. Another good denial out in the passing lanes by McFadden. Here's McGoy looking at her cutters, 8 to go. Second jumper in a row for McGoy. Nothing but net.
Like a quarterback going through it. This is open, this isn't open, I'll take it myself.
Well, after you hit 2 in a row, you build your confidence for sure. The freshman with 4 quick points off the bench for Tina Langley and the Huskies. The Huskies with a 13-6 lead here in the first. Mendelson has the long jumper, won't drop, and McGoy grabs the rebound. Harvey, eyes up. 2 feet into the paint, kicks it to McGoy. She has another 3-for-3 start for Bryn McGoy. Gracie Merkel is such a presence when she is on the floor. She averages 25 minutes per game. 6'6", has a big presence in the lane, but she can't play 40 minutes. And when she was taken off the floor, Washington going on a run. This is Victoria Rani-Savalievich on the floor, number 7 in white for Penn State. Nice move off 1 foot, the finish in the lane for Clayant.
Attack the backside of that zone, got an ISO on it, and nice little floater using the backboard.
Penn State's pressure has forced Washington to really extend some of their offense. How far out Briggs is from the 3-point line.
Just haven't been able to take advantage of the offensive boards and the turnovers that they've created in the early going.
McGoy, leave her open. She hits another. Somebody might want to check her. She is 4 for 4 with 3 of those mid-range J's going down.
I mean, we sat and watched shoot around today, Elise, and it was like, wow. The comparison Tina Langley mentioned to us was a young Brianna Stewart. That's the kind of talent she thinks her young big has.
She is the most heralded recruit in Washington history. Had off-season foot surgery and is just getting into shape. Affects that shot, doesn't come away with the block, but her presence there, she is one of the top 10 in the Big Ten in block shots, About 1.5 blocks per game for the freshman. She sets the back screen for Howell, and now another screen, and she has it. Merkel now extending a bit more to McGoy, which opens up some passing lanes. 5 on the shot clock. Steins, Howell, feet set. Bit too strong off the back iron for Howell. She made one earlier, 1 of 2. The mid-range J from McMillar, too strong. 4-on-3 transition for Washington. Howell tries it again. That one to the right of the rim. 2 good looks for Howell.
I think every time Merkel runs down the floor, you need her to get a touch. So 2 times in a row, she's run the floor, not even a look.
Howell with the rebound, kicks it ahead to Briggs. Hers won't go, but a nice hustle play from Sienna Harvey, trailing that play for the quick O-board bucket.
Oh, she has had some nice minutes in the early going.
Yeah, Harvey plays with really good energy. Down low, the lob to Merkel. Spins it around, McMillar from deep. Knocks in the 3 ball.
Nice kick out, took her time. Good patience with that one.
Those 2, as a combo, have more points this season than any other combo in the Big Ten Conference play. Merkel at 19 points per game, McMillar at 19 points per game. They are a dangerous pair. Harvey takes a big screen from McGoy. Oh, what a pass. A dime delivered to McGoy, and she's in double figures, but she has a big smile for her fellow freshman.
Yeah, the 5'10" freshman out of Victoria, Australia. Coach showing a lot of confidence early, giving her big minutes, and she is delivering.
Ball deflected by Chloe Briggs. Good hustle play. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Tina Langley with a smile on her face.
Harvey plays 5 minutes, 2 assists, a couple of points.
She's provided a spark off the bench, as did Bryn McGoy, who now will get a breather. Boy, 10 points in the first quarter, 5 for 5. That is above her average. McGoy on the season averages 7.9, so just a tick under 8. Merkel inside, she is pestered, and a rare miss for Merkel, and now the Huskies have numbers. Merkel trailing. Harvey spins around and wants to run clock. They can play for the final shot of the quarter. No Sellers on the floor. She did pick up a quick early personal. And Grabovskaya will be called for the moving screen, and she wants to plead with El Ladine, please wait for me to get set.
So big possession for Penn State. You've got 7 seconds. Can you come down, get a good look? I think we all know who's going to have the ball in their hands.
So Grabovskaya picking up the first personal for her. Huskies only have 2 team fouls in the quarter. One on one on Sellers and one on Grabovskaya. McMillar, 2 seconds in the first, tied up. Possession stays with Penn State with 0.6 on the clock. It's a quick shoot and release, no dribble.
No one knows the rules better than you, Elise.
From the corner, Murray had a good look, but that one off the back iron. They don't take a lot of chances, but they are one of the best teams in the league in terms of blocking shots. Ladine with a nice screen from McGoy. She is open. The mid-range jumper won't go. Fight for the rebound. McMillar has it. Eyes up. Quick kick and shot from Santana. And Victoria Santana starting the second quarter with a bang.
And the full court pressure, 2-2-1 by Penn State. Trying to keep that energy going. It's a nice kick out by McMillar.
Sellers back onto the floor here to start the second quarter. The Huskies leading scorer, number 0 in black. The Huskies in those all blacks for the blackout game today. McGoy with 10 points in the first quarter. Gets it to Ladine. Ladine all the way to the rim. What a pretty finish.
Now that is definition craftiness against a very good freshman defender in McFadden.
Finishing on the left side with the right hand. Has turned her body to shield the basketball from the defense. Coppinger gets switched out after the screen on McMiller. Now Ladine showed trap. McMiller will trigger the three, too strong. Sellers, the smallest player on the floor, comes away with a rebound. She will push all the way to the rim. Count it and one. Boy, she is so strong through contact.
Yeah, it's funny you just said that. That's what went through my head about how much work you do preseason and during the season to just get strong enough to get up in the air and just maintain this contact. Watch the lean in, handle it, handle the foul, score the bucket, and get to the free throw line.
Well, I think the differential with guards, those that avoid the contact and those that lean into the contact. And Xavier can lean in to draw the contact and still finish the bucket.
Well, and this is the challenge when you play Washington. They've got such great perimeter shooting that Xavier Sellers gets into the paint. You can't bring much help at all. It's one-on-one because she's going to spray it out to those great shooters as well.
McMiller stops on a dime and delivers a jumper. And that is a tough shot that she made look easy.
And tough to defend. Just better offense sometimes.
Coppinger gets pressured. Wow, a lot of contact there. I'm not sure who that one is going to be on. I think that will go against Coppinger after the pressure gets the steal. Coppinger gets pressured. Wow, a lot of contact.
They got Santana with that foul.
Well, it looked like she was ripping through Coppinger, who almost like a block out was trying to seal. And now we're going to go take a look on the monitor.
Nope, but there is no one on that Penn State sideline that's happy with that call.
So it will be Washington basketball. After the personal foul charge to Santana, her first. Nobody for Penn State has more than one foul. For Washington, same situation.
Yeah, it's been really a clean game.
Here's Sellers. Takes the high screen on the cut to the rim. Tegan Brown gets tangled up, and Santana will pick up foul number 2.
And really, she's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, those are two as a player that you're like, really back to back. Now I have to go take a seat. She came in and drilled the 3 to start the second quarter. See, I love the game of basketball. The only thing that drives me batty is that in the play of game, 2 fouls like that and then take you off the floor. Brown had an open look, too strong. And Penn State will push. Murray, one of the best sharpshooters in the conference. Beautiful pass inside. Merkel, she's not going to miss twice. Oh, she did. That is rare from right there, point blank range. Gracie Merkel shooting 74.9% this season. Can't get either to go, and a little frustration as, boy, she is just not used to missing at all.
Just 1 for 4 so far in this ball game, and you're exactly right. Those coaches are writing those numbers, like those are 2 points right there.
Boy, left hand, right hand, Merkel can go either way.
5 seconds.
And a 5-second call, the pressure pushing up for Penn State. Merkel off the floor, Penn State defense, more pressure.
That's right, gets small, gets quick, gets harassing.
So a 10-point Husky advantage here in the second quarter. Murray hands off. Howell stuck at the top with the switch. She's been playing defense in a stance for a long time, and she picks up the foul, taps her chest.
Murray's a player that Penn State has got to get some clean cut touches, looking for some threes, because she is dynamic with the ball in her hands in that shooting pocket from deep.
So Langley going back to her starters, minus Grabovskaya, McGoy in there in her place. The jumper a little bit too strong. Sellers on the fly. No numbers. She kicks it to Howell. Goes baseline. What a feed, and McGoy all in one motion. Alley-oop puts it in. She's got a dozen.
Now she's just showing off.
This is a player that could dunk last year before that foot surgery. She's got a great vertical. But so does that young lady, Kiyomi McMiller. Soft touch from right outside the lane goes.
And really important bucket for Penn State. They just need to, they're calling this, all right? Some players, the coaches, everyone's got to adjust. You reach in, you're getting that foul called.
So for McMiller, that is her second personal. The leading scorer for Penn State at 19.4 points per game, and she's already got 9 points in the scoring column. And Coach Keeger for Penn State has her on the floor for now, and she will also put Gracie Merkel back in after a breather.
Well, not a good development for Penn State. 5 team fouls with just about 7 minutes left in the quarter. Any ticky-tack, anything now, you're going to the free throw line, and you don't want to give Washington opportunities at the free throw line.
El Ladine, 85% from the line this season. Ladine missed the first 6 games of the season. Ooh, what a rebound by McGoy. Oh, and then shuffles the feet. What a good hustle play by McGoy as she timed that perfectly. Ladine, as I was saying, missed the first 6 games of the season, was a preseason all Big Ten selection. Had limited minutes as they got her back into 100%. And conditioning, she's averaging 11 points per game, averaged 17 per last year for the Huskies. Inside, Merkel, 3 black jerseys, it doesn't matter.
I love it. Great job finding the ball, surrounded by Huskies. A big bucket for Penn State. Keep it under 10 and keep chipping away.
Pressure extends, denying Ladine. The offense is scattered on the scramble due to that pressure. Sellers beats Murray, pull up, soft touch, roll it in. That is a tough move. She released that high.
I love that old school move. Just get it up there, let gravity just help you out a little bit. Don't take it into the body of Merkel. Don't try to challenge that. Take what's given.
That's a really mature move, and so is that. Just put the ball up high. A 3-inch height advantage over McGoy, and the weak side could not help out.
Old school basketball.
Back-to-back buckets for the 6'6" senior. Steins loses the defender, too strong on the J. Penn State within 9. Penn State has made 3 field goals in a row, 2 by Merkel. Taking off to the baseline, and the whistle blows. Foul on the floor. That will go against McGoy. And that is her second personal foul, so McGoy is going to have to take a seat. Gracie Merkel, this is how effective she is. 74.9 while guarded.
It's a mind-boggling number, and inside McFadden.
So another bucket by Penn State on the out-of-bounds play. And so Penn State, 4 shots made in a row, and they are within 7. The largest lead for Washington was a dozen. Behind now, a tie-up, no, ripped away. And taking off his steal all the way in for 2.
She's done a great job pressuring the basketball. She's got 2 steals, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists at 4 points. Just outstanding minutes.
The Lady Lions have made 5 shots in a row on a 6-0 run. Ladine, mid-range jumper, tough shot, and then she is called for the foul. And for Ladine, but this is a team that has been really competitive in their losses, and they can score. Their defense has struggled at times, but they can fill it up. They're going to beat some teams. Good weak side defense from Grabowskaia, but finishing on the fadeaway is McFadden. So 6 shots in a row for Penn State.
To spin and take that contact and still get the shot to go. That's impressive by the freshman.
That defense extending again for Penn State, bothering Washington, keeping them well outside the 3-point line. Grabowskaia with 10 on the shot clock. Gets it to Sellers. Step back jumper, won't drop. Grabowskaia grabs the rebound, kicks it out. Harvey, 3-ball, too strong. Nice hustle play by Yulia, pounding that off Merkel's foot. And the Huskies will have it with a 20 on the shot clock. So the Huskies have not scored in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. It's an 8-0 Penn State run. Grabovskaya trying to bounce it inside to Howell. She's the last one to touch it. Turnover against Washington. Penn State will have it, down 3.
Merkel's done a nice job of just playing center field in the middle of the paint, and any cuts that are coming in, passes, she's just interrupting a lot of movement.
Grabovskaya fronting Merkel. They get it over the top, and that is automatic. 7 straight makes for Penn State. They're within 1.
Merkel catches everything, keeps it up, doesn't put it back down on the floor. We're seeing her efficiency.
Merkel not checking Grabovskaya at all. Just plugging up the paint. Howell goes at her. Merkel with the block. Howell has it back in the lane. 1 on the shot clock. And it's either a shot clock violation, yes it is, and I think the Huskies are fortunate with the contact that Howell did not get charged for the offensive foul. A 10-0 Penn State run. Washington has missed 5 shots in a row with 3 turnovers. Penn State's defense is extending and bothering Washington right now as Coach Keeger looks on. Her team trailed by 12. They have a chance to take the lead.
Done an outstanding job of taking care of the basketball. Just 1 turnover so far tonight.
Nice weak side help.
That's a tough call.
But Chloe Briggs whistled for the help.
Briggs did everything she could, getting across there into that help rotation.
So Merkel had just 2 points in the first quarter. She's got 6 here in the second, and a big block to go with it. So she is making an impact. Husky defense flying around. It doesn't matter. The 3 ball from Arani Savljevic is good, and Penn State with the lead. Answer for Grabovskaya, stopping a 13-0 run by Penn State. Getting into the lane, looked like she might have walked, but got the bucket. Cléant, a freshman guard out of France, averaging about 9 points per game, and she gets that inside too.
Offense has really ground to the halt here in the second quarter for Washington. Can Howell get it going?
That's how you break out of a tough streak. Howell with her second 3-point make of the game, and they reclaim the lead. Less than 2 to play until halftime. Penn State has made 9 shots in a row. And this Washington defense is one of the best in the Big Ten. And 3 in the key called against Merkel, trying to get position underneath. What a run there on the floor for Gracie Merkel, the redshirt junior out of Mount Washington, Kentucky, the nation's leader in field goal percentage, making an impact. Tina Langley's defense has been so effective this season. We'll see who can finish strong in this second quarter, and there's Savia Sellers going all the way to the rim.
No Merkel in the middle of that paint to protect the rim. Sellers goes right to it.
Cléant just had a tough one go. This one won't. Mendelson there, the volleyball star, kicks it out. 3-ball number 2, no. Arani Savljevic had a big one a couple moments ago, but this time it is a miss. Penn State, 9 of their last 11 from the floor. Two-player game, Sellers and McGoy. Howell open again, 3-ball short. Following her own shot, not there in time. Steele has it. Moving screen will be called. Shot won't count by Cleont. I don't think it went anyway. The whistle blowing. And Taya Cleont, a freshman who has been making an impact in this one. So the Huskies will have it. 3.1 seconds difference in the game and the shot clock.
Smaller lineup on the floor with Merkel on the bench for Penn State, so we're extended full court pressure.
It's two different teams, two different styles.
Really is.
When Merkel is on, when Merkel is off. So the Huskies look like they're going to try to work this clock, not give Penn State very much time for an answer shot here. Chloe Briggs, the lefty, comes and gets it, weaves it around, and an offensive foul whistled, which will turn it over to Penn State, and they can
I love this
have
move.
the last shot if they choose. Washington at number 31 in the net rankings. And they want to hold firm, and they need a victory here against Penn State to do it. Everything watched by the NCAA selection committee. 3-ball wide open, knocked in by McFadden. What a way to get things started in the second half for Penn State, and they take a 2-point lead.
So impressed with how far McFadden has come in the last 5 games. Let's include this one as well. Looking for her shots, using her skills, defensively having an impact as well.
Yeah, she's got 7 points in this one. She had 10 points against Michigan, 12 against Illinois. The steal, the tumble, who's going to come away with it? Graboskaya has it, but just 5 on the shot clock. Howell has to go. She sees it, lets it go, and a foul in the act. What a play. Avery Howell squeezing the shot off, drawing contact. Right now, Penn State is believing and playing with a ton of energy.
And the challenge by McFadden. You can just see the sort of the freshman enthusiasm, right? Like, I'm gonna go get a piece of this. Shot clock is running down. Maybe you leave it alone.
So Avery Howell, McDonald's All-American out of Boise, Idaho, knocking in her 500th career point on the free throw.
You know she wants a big night. Her dad, Brian's birthday, he's in the house.
Coming over from Boise, Idaho, Avery Howell, the 6-foot sophomore, member of the Canadian youth national teams, hits her first couple of free throws and nailed the third that comes away with the rebound. She leads the Huskies at just a couple of ticks under 8 boards a game. So she tied things up. The Huskies with a chance to take the lead here on their home floor. Ledeen stops, gets it to Grabovskaya, pushing it over the top of Merkel, but Merkel affects that shot.
Over the back.
And Grabovskaya reaches in and is called for the foul. That is her second personal. The second Husky with 2 personals. Chloe Briggs picked up a pair in the first half. Santana and McMiller both have 2 fouls for Penn State. McFadden takes off. Nobody meets her. Oh, it rolls all the way out. Fight for the rebound. McFadden keeps it alive and then stripped away by Sellers. Getting chased in the open floor. Gets up and it drops in.
Put that on the highlight film. I mean, that's amazing the way they were chasing her down to just maintain the basketball and control.
McMiller answers off the window with her left hand. Tough finish.
Kind of play, can you top this?
Grabovskaya in the lane. 3-second call looming. Kicks it out to Howell. Steins hesitates, gets in the lane, and it rolls off the rim, grabs her own miss, kicks it out. Ledeen is ready. Shot won't drop. Merkel grabs the rebound.
Ledeen's been quiet.
Ledeen 5 points tonight, hasn't hit a 3. Mid-range jumper off the iron. Howell has it. Another rebound for Howell. She is up to 6. Sellers hits Stein's back door. That one is a great connection, and the Huskies take the lead back, 44-42.
Great connection there. The backdoor cut, become available. Occupy Merkel. Little backdoor action.
Howell, great read on the weak side. Can't quite swipe it, but deflects it out of the reach of Merkel, who will take a rest after the 3 minutes here in the third quarter.
Let's watch Sellers. Just the chase is on. And you can see her head on a swivel, Elise. She saw what was coming, knew what she had to do to protect that basketball. That is not easy.
And I think McMiller got a little piece of it with the left hand, and Savia squeezed it tight. Able to finish the bucket. McFadden takes the screen in rhythm three. No, Ladine in traffic with a rebound, and she'll run. Getting chased by Steele, and so she'll turn and set up.
Steele's been a real difference maker in this game for Penn State. Just controlling tempo, harassing on defense.
McGoy was perfect from the floor in the first half. That one rims out and collected by Steele. Skip pass, good ball movement. Murray open, deadly from the corner, rims out, but McFadden able to collect the miss. Or excuse me, Mendelson.
Body.
Oh, with the left hand, tough finish by Taya Clayant. The Frenchie freshman with a three-point opportunity.
The drive, creates some contact. And you watch this bench at Penn State, you'd never know they hadn't won a conference game. They are into this ball game.
Well, they are starting to sense in a tie game on the road against top 25 Washington that they are in this to win it. Washington on their home floor looking to push back out. They led by 12 in the first quarter. Savia Sellers gets fouled in the act. 3 Penns in the act. Savia Sellers has the 2 free throws, and they'll get the ball back. I don't believe they could have switched this to another technical foul shooter, though.
Just going off what the official said, anyone could shoot him.
Interesting.
Yes.
Coach, is that accurate?
You are a refereeing expert.
I think that's an interesting one.
I'm with you, though.
In the last game against Minnesota, Dawn Plitzwhite received a technical foul from the bench, and it was Avery Howell who shot the technical foul shot. So good news for Washington. They have multiple players that can shoot them. El Ladine can't go. McGoy gets her shot checked. Coppinger onto the floor, kicks it out to Sellers. No good on that. Coppinger, another O-board. Might have had a crease to get a shot off.
Wow.
And draws the contact. Great hustle play by Devin Coppinger, the Husky sophomore guard out of Everson, Washington.
Just great hustle. There was nothing there inside, and just leaning in, you make something out of nothing. The miss, look at the box out. I love when the offensive player boxes out the defensive player. And then there's nothing going here. Maybe a travel, no matter, should get to the free throw line.
And she rolls in the first free throw. That personal whistled against Santana, her third. The first player for either side with more than 2 personals as Coppinger does her job and hits both foul shots. So the Huskies take the 2-possession advantage here with 5.5 in the third. Nice crossover, but disrupted by Washington. Avery Howell getting on the ground.
Who was in the middle of that? Coppinger has come on the floor and quietly made a huge impact. Creates some havoc, creates some indecision. Howell gets on the floor, but the combination of Howell and Coppinger got that opportunity going.
Tina Langley says that Avery Howell, you hear the phrase, doesn't take a play off, she doesn't take a second off. Ladine, her jumper too strong. Coppinger, nice job there by Steele just to stop, knowing that Coppinger was trying to poke it from behind, just stopped, drew the contact, and it will re-rack with the fresh 30 on the clock.
Steele with just 4 points, but she's got 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in 21 minutes of play.
McMiller gets it to Steele, checked by Howell. McGoy there in weak side, through the shot block attempt. Steele gets the bucket.
It's a bold move, someone her size.
Coppinger from the corner on the kick ahead. McGoy from the high post area had a dozen points in the first half and nails another one. Merkel still not getting out to McGoy. She is 7 of 9 from the floor, 14 points, and she has been left open all night. No adjustment.
She really has, but she's had to be encouraged to take that shot after all other options are not open.
Clayant lowering the shoulder, drawing nobody, any level, any sport. She's maniacal in terms of her work ethic. And you know, they keep talking here at Washington about the work ethic of Avery Howell, how she is up every day early in the morning as McGoy takes the free throw, 2 misses at the line. That is pretty tough, but yeah, 5 a.m. wake-up call every day for Avery Howell so she can get to the gym and get shots up. McGoy takes it to Sellers, feet set. That one was straight on but short. Coppinger fighting for it and deflects it off of McFadden. Another gritty play by Coppinger.
Yeah, she's just in the middle of everything good that's happening for Washington right now.
Quick trigger, Ledeen still just cannot buy a bucket. Ledeen 2 of 10 from the floor. She is one of the Huskies' sharp shooters, just hasn't been able to find that rhythm yet.
No complaints about the shot selection.
Clayant from
sure.
3, dead on, too strong. Coppinger collects the miss.
Really great job by Penn State in transition. They have not allowed Washington to come down and just like have it be a layup drill.
Well, Penn State was playing a ton of zone defense. They have been mainly player to player tonight.
Can you play a lot of zone against this Washington team the way they shoot the 3 ball?
No, I think it's a smart choice by Carolyn Peeger. They have 3-point shooters all over the floor. And their man-to-man has brought some pressure.
Solid.
It had certainly been disruptive. The turnovers forced in the first half, 10 Husky turnovers, just 4 for Penn State, and the Lady Lions have capitalized.
Guess who's there? McFadden. I mean, she is challenging everything.
Avery Howell thought she had a window to get that 3 off, and McFadden's reach. The 6-foot freshman guard out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, reaches up to force another Husky turnover at number 11. Merkel has position inside, looking for the lob. They don't see her. McGoy able to get around. Merkel now coming up high. Good rebound in traffic, trying to kick it in. Tussle for the rebound, and Howell comes away with it.
Great fundamentals. Go, grab the ball, then dribble.
So the Huskies will look to set something up.
But so much has been 5-on-5. They just have not been able to get an advantage in transition. Nothing quick.
Savia Sellers looking on the kick to McGoy. Merkel is looming. McGoy over the top, too strong. Merkel with the board.
A couple opportunities for Washington to extend the lead, and they have not been able to do it.
12 points for Washington in the third, 9 for Penn State. McMiller. She's got 11 points leading the Penn State offense. Jumper, no good. Ledeen has it tipped away by Steele. And Ledeen has it now all the way to the rim. Nobody there.
We just talked about the layup drill, and there it is. Coast to coast, El Ledeen.
And that might be the bucket that gets Ledeen going. He has been held in check. That is her 7th point on the night. Now 3 buckets on 11 attempts. Looking over the top. Whoa, tough catch in traffic by Merkel. Didn't have a good angle, but draws contact and will head to the line.
It's a small thing, but Merkel's ability to get posted up in the paint and have that internal clock so she doesn't get the 3-second call. Step back out, come back in. Step back out, come back in. She never stops working for the position without creating the turnover with the 3-second. Really a skill just to know in your head that timer.
And Merkel is just such a big presence, power, post player, 6'6" down on the block.
But the fundamentals.
It's old school. How many times do these players now learn how to get around in the post when you're defending somebody that's actually posting up?
Yeah, but in high school and AAU basketball, how many perimeter people know how to get the ball into a post player?
Correct. It's different. You do not have the low post, big presence towers down low as often who want the ball on the block like you did, back when we played.
But soft hands, catches everything that comes to her, kind of figures out where she is when she catches it, and then goes to work to get it to go down. Really impressive player.
Well, speaking to Carolyn Keeger, I'd love her to get close to 20 attempts per game. I would too, shooting 75%. McFadden down in the backcourt, hustles back. Hoppinger open from the corner, and she drains it.
And that's
a karma bucket from Hoppinger.
No doubt.
She's been doing all the work.
But how about Howell getting the ball to her?
Merkel has position in the lane.
Oh,
McGoy there, and she goes right over the top.
Such beautiful old school basketball.
Just too big, too strong. Savia Sellers in the lane, left hand. That was sugary sweet. So Washington outscoring Penn State by 7 here in the third. I give a check to Merkel. McGoy.
What a pass.
On behind, that's a great look. McGoy holding her ground on that possession, forcing a rare miss from Merkel. Hesitation, Savia, oh my goodness! Savia Sellers, that was nasty! That crossover and one for the junior guard. That is a highlight reel play. Unguardable miss from Merkel.
Comes down, kind of
Hesitation,
Savia. I mean, that crossover, the tightness from left to right with the finish.
Oh, that might be my favorite Sellers play that I have seen from her, and she's got a long list of highlights in a Washington uniform, but that one was phenomenal. And she finishes the three-point play. Sellers, 18 points. She is 7 of 10 from the floor, 3 dimes and 3 rebounds, and she'll get the last possession of this quarter to get her breath and a drink, and boy, does she deserve that. I mean, that play was sensational. That's a next-level type of play for Savia Sellers. Inside, tough angle. Merkel just works the body to get in position to score.
It's a clinic. Catch the ball, figure out where you are, go to work.
Merkel up to 15 points, 7 for 11 from the floor, 7 boards. Harvey, time winding down, and it is. So Washington has the 9-point advantage over this talented Penn State team that is hungry and playing well. McMiller into the lane. Merkel collects the miss, puts it up too strong. Grab of Skaya will finish the possession for Washington with the board.
That's one. Washington lucky to come away without giving up 2 points on that.
Agree. Merkel was deep. Watch
there
behind.
We go.
Ooh, almost steal. Howell left open on the. Boy. You try to take a high risk, and it's high reward for Washington.
Exactly
you go
right.
for the steal, you don't get it. Big play to start the fourth quarter. Howell's made 3 threes tonight. She's up to 13 points. That is her average. Steal to Merkel. Collects in the paint and scores with ease.
Beautiful pass from Steele. She has really, again, just shining tonight.
Sellers trying to kick it to Steins. And the turnover will hand it right back to Penn State.
Steele goes for the steal and leaves Howell in the corner, and it is the money ball.
And Grabowskaia, good recognition just in the nick of time not to get that ball stolen away.
Murray has not scored in this ball game. Great three-point shooter, just they have not gotten her the ball when she has received it. 0 for 3 from distance.
And they might need her to make some threes. Good defense, forces the tough contested jumper from McMiller. Hannah Steins. Little space to work with, all the way to the rim, won't go, but a nice hustle. The follow-up rebound for Yulia Grabovskaya, and she is fired up. That is a rim run by the 6'5" center out of Russia.
Staying connected on both ends of the floor, and when that happens, good things happen.
From the corner, three ball, had to have it, and they got it. Big game from Taya Clayant. She averages 9 points. She is there. Still with 8 minutes to go. Sellers working her way in the lane. Merkel thought she was gonna check it, and Sellers goes over the top.
And she's smiling all the way back to her defensive assignment.
Steele open from three, leaves it short. Howell has it and picks it up off the ground. Here's Sellers.
She still quietly can take over a ball game.
20 points for Sellers, her 9th game this season, over 20. Huskies run the weave action. Grabovskaya setting the screen on Stein. She gets the switch. Now kicks it to Grabovskaya, up and under. Rim checked, but they say there was a foul by Merkel.
Grabovskaya has been a difference maker late in the third and early into the fourth. Active. I love the way she adjusted to Stein's on that, so there was an angle for the pass. Just keep finding and hunting an angle.
So Merkel will take a seat, not due to foul trouble, just to get her a breather. That is her first personal foul. Grabovskaya for Washington, a 56% foul shooter. That one was nothing but cord.
And the big key for Washington in the second half is they've done a much better job taking care of the basketball. Just 2 turnovers. They had 10 in the first, and it cost them.
Now that's a nice job by Grabovskaya, striping those free throws. As Merkel goes to the bench, Grabovskaya will get a breather as well. The 6'5" senior from Russia.
Sort of tag team that post position. They do a great job together.
So Penn State going with a 5-guard lineup. McGoy guarding Steele on this possession. McFadden into the lane. Clayant flips it up. Howell with another rebound. She has been, it's just remarkable. Howell, how good of a rebounder she is at her size. Top 10 in the Big Ten. She's got 9 tonight.
Yeah, she hunts the basketball. And it's a science following. Where's it coming off? How do I get there?
The screen from McGoy. Penn State's defense recovers. Deflected away, but Sellers has it. 5 on the shot clock. She's gonna have to go to work. Gets the edge, mid-range jumper. Off the front rim, Coppinger has it, into the lane. Count it! Take it off the board. They say an offensive foul on Coppinger.
I still love the hustle, I love the play. She's making things happen. Shot just comes flying in and creates the contact under the basket. Gotta have room to come down, right? I don't know.
There is no restricted area anymore. That would have been a clear and one situation until that rule changed. But yeah, we play on here. Deflected away by McGoy.
The point really is, though,
Merkel on the floor.
The energy that Coppinger has provided every time she's come on the floor.
So our next Big Ten Plus broadcast, gymnastics versus Rutgers, 6:30. My favorite gymnast, Olivia Oppegard, is going to be doing the bars and the beam, but a Washington gymnastics team trying to get a win on the home floor here in Alaska Airlines Arena. We play on here a 13-point Washington advantage as Merkel. Howell. 13 points, 10 rebounds. A nice entry pass from Steins to get that to Sellers. Somebody needs to go to the basketball, and Coppinger does. As the press has extended for Penn State.
2 straight double-doubles for Avery Howell.
Yeah, she is just a gritty player for Washington. Here she is, ball in her hands. Her teammate in club ball, McGoy rises over the top of the smaller defense. The shot won't go. McGoy's career high 20 points coming against Vermont earlier this season. She's got 14, a really solid game by Bryn McGoy. Crossing over, spin move, nice bucket by Shaylin Steele, the sophomore guard, putting on a little dribble and display.
What a great game.
Kick to the corner, Coppinger hit one, make it two. Boy, what a game off the bench for Devin Coppinger, and Tina Langley letting her roll here in the fourth quarter, earning herself some time.
Exactly right.
Deflected, Coppinger has it. Clayant, the player to beat. Up, under, left it short. I think maybe that charge in the back of her mind didn't want to pick up another one. Steele right into Savia Sellers, gets her hand on it, and Washington will have it. Hannah Steins now looks to push some tempo. She will turn it. I like the decision to go until you're stopped with the time and score. Don't just settle. McGoy on the roll. A 5-guard lineup. They can post McGoy here, but Hannah Stein says no need. Up, under, sweet touch with the left.
And that's what happens when you spread the floor like that. There's room.
It's in the fourth quarter, but after a tough loss, quick hands all alone. She glides in for an exclamation point out of the break. And the Huskies lead by 18, their largest lead of the game.
And this is why you play the games, right? Like, you look at the record of Penn State, and they just have battled and battled, and they've created the turnovers, and they've taken the lead at times. But Washington just settling into be who you are, right? Share the basketball, find the hot shooter, and they've done a great job of staying much more connected in the second half.
The fourth quarter has been 16-7 advantage Washington. They have put the pedal down. Lob over the top, a skip to Merkel, working on Grabovskaya. Turns, kisses it off the window. She is just as automatic as it comes in women's college basketball.
Knows where she is, on the floor, backward, how to use it.
And at the strip from Penn State, they've got numbers 2-on-1, kick out, Clayant from the corner, no, Howell with her 11 board.
Second half is 38-23 Washington, plus 15.
Steins trying to drop it to Grabovskaya. And deflected, last touched by Clayant.
But the key to that is taking care of the basketball. When you give it away, you're just giving away so many opportunities to score, and you're putting so much pressure on your defense.
Gosh, the Huskies did a phenomenal job defensively, not giving any breathing room to Murray. She got just 3 shots in this game, a collision inside the lane. And that will be whistled against Gracie Merkel.
Mariah Murray at Ohio State on the 14th of January, 8 of 17 from 3, 25 points in that ball game. This is a legit big-time shooter, shooting 40% from 3.
So time and score a factor right now in this ball game. A 16-point lead. Penn State gonna have to hit a lot of threes and force some turnovers. Savia Sellers flips it up, won't go. Coppinger, right place, right time, and she will head to the line. And Gracie Merkel looks like she got hit in the head. She is in some discomfort underneath the hoop.
Let's just make sure. Yeah.
She is still holding her head. Gracie Merkel.
It's not a good development.
No, she is an absolute force.
She's in a lot of pain.
Oh, you absolutely hate to see this. Just 2.5 minutes to go. Merkel in this game, 19 points, 8 boards. I think it was just friendly fire there. McFadden reaching up and I think connecting to the head of Merkel. So she is gonna
go right to the locker room. 6'6", redshirt junior out of Mount Washington, Kentucky.
She is on the Lisa Leslie Center of the Year list, one of 20 candidates. We mentioned it. The NCAA single season record for field goal percentage, 72.4% shooting. Merkel is above that right now, entering the game at 74.9. In Big Ten history, you might have heard of the Big Ten's all-time leader. It happened back in 2017, 70.7% from the floor. That was Bree Jones, who is the outstanding center now in the WNBA.
With Atlanta, is that correct?
Yeah, teaming up with Brittany Griner. That would be a tough matchup if you're a post defender. You got Brittany Griner coming at you and then Bree Jones, little 1-2 punch for Carl Smesko. So after Merkel has exited, wish her the best, hope everything is okay. Tina Langley trying to guide her team home to the victory here over Penn State. 14-4 overall, looking for win number 15 and trying to take their Big Ten record to 5-3 to close this one out with 2:39 to go. And with no Merkel, Tina Langley will go back to Bryn McGoy. It's a 5-guard lineup for Penn State.
Washington will hit the road at Rutgers and at Maryland Sunday and Wednesday. What a 6-day road trip. 3 different times this season between January and February 11th. At Purdue, at Indiana, split that road trip, at Rutgers, at Maryland, and then at Wisconsin, at Iowa.
It is never easy in the Big Ten. Coppinger hits the free throw. She's up to 9 points, hit a couple of really big threes for Washington. And that ties her season high with the 9 points. Nice to get Coppinger into double figures here today before this one is through. She really had a gritty ball game.
That's all the way back in November, the second game of the season against Montana. That's the thing about this Washington team. On any given night, somebody or a couple of different people can give you a lift.
In and out by Cynthia Sellers. With her offhand, she has put so much work in the gym. That is not by accident, those ball handling skills. Savia with 22. And
McFadden's a heck of a defensive player, too. She's got length, she's quick, she gets in a stance.
Yeah, Savia Sellers, just some gorgeous takes to get to the rim tonight.
But she doesn't, nothing's wasted. Like every move does something to help you get to the bucket.
She reminds me of a running back going through the line of scrimmage where all of a sudden it just explodes, just bursts through. She's not the biggest one on the court, but she's so low to center of gravity, so strong, and it just, she gets going in a hurry. She can put the gas down.
And it's the change of pace, and also her ability with her left hand. It can be left or it can be right. As a passer, I mean, in that last game, when she made that left-handed cross-court pass to the corner,
gorgeous. Deflected out of bounds. It was Steins trying to connect with McGoy, so Washington will have the baseline out of bounds play, 10 on the shot clock. So for today, McGoy 14 points, had 12 in the first half. Avery Howell with a double-double, 13 and 11. And Savia Sellers averaging 18 points. She's got 22 in this one for the Huskies.
Double-double at 13 and 11.
At 6 feet, trying to add on. Howell didn't have her legs quite underneath that one, left it short. And Penn State will push. And drawing contact is Ronnie Savalijevic. Excuse me, let me say this correctly. Ronnie Savalijevic, freshman guard out of Switzerland.
I'm going to tip my cap to Mariah Murray. She has run the floor every single possession. Parked it beyond 3, got into the corner, calling for the ball. It doesn't find her, but she keeps working.
And sometimes the ball just doesn't find its way into your shooter pocket.
And she averages 7 3-point attempts a game.
Huskies able to close out. Savljevic hits the first and hits the second. And Penn State can score. They put 62 points on the board on the road against top 25 Washington. And with a chance to add on here with 1:20 to go. Washington only allows 57 points per game, a new little wrinkle in the press break for Washington. Swinging it on the baseline, and now Steins has it.
Penn State had 37 points at halftime. Defensively, Washington took it up a couple of notches.
Well, they played lights out in the second quarter, 26 points. They made 9 shots in a row in the second quarter. Sellers posting up, back to the bucket. Contest defensively doesn't matter though. Santana knocking it true. So Sellers with the last bucket, 10 of 15 shooting. 24 points as the crowd puts their hands together. And as the Huskies looking to close this out with a cherry on top. McGoy tips it out. Santana has it. Howell retreats, closes out. Carolyn Keeger wants to draw up a play, and this is why right now. You might look at the score and say, why is she doing this? Penn State is going to be in some very close games. She, I believe, wants to set up, all right, what kind of play can we draw up here to get a good look for them to move forward? They have been in some tight games where they haven't been able to finish. They lost by 4 against Rutgers. And so, as a former coach, and you talk about trying to get the most out of your team for the next game with 15.1 seconds to go, she's trying to have her team read off the board and figure out a play. So Washington will close this out. They'll get their 15th win of the season, and then they'll take the long trip across the country to take on Rutgers. And then they will head down, and Tina Langley will coach against one of her best friends in Brenda Freeze. Maryland suffering a couple of injuries lately, but a very dangerous 15th ranked team in America.
Nothing easy about that schedule.
And nobody has it easy in the Big Ten Conference. Play on, her shot won't go. I like the take. Rachel Okoko, the 6'4" freshman Canadian out of Montreal, Quebec, with the rebound attempt. I like the freshman for Penn State.
Yep.
Carolyn Keeger's got some good pieces, good young pieces on this squad. And you obviously know about Keomi McMiller, who was at Rutgers last year. Just a sophomore, averaging 19 points a game, but Nyla McFadden, she's got great length. 6-foot guard, the freshman. With some really quality minutes, and I like her in a player-to-player defensive set. 7 points tonight. Couple of rebounds.
Can't say enough
Good
about
defense.
what a win here tonight means. It moves Washington to 5-3. It'd be tied with Maryland and Illinois at 5-3 within a half game of Michigan State at 6-2. Every game so important in this conference.
Now Husky basketball here.